Hi, this video is about how to transport the sewing machine case for the Singer 301A that I acquired the other day. I am a minimalist. I removed the back seat from my 2013 HYUNDAI ELANTRA Limited. This allows the sewing machine case to fit in my car. I removed the drawers and the heavy wood tops so that the case is as light as possible. Thank you for taking a look at this. I hope you enjoy it. Good news, my friends. A tan and vanilla Singer 301A. I am so excited. First things first. In order to turn the case on its end and upside down, I have put a utility towel that you can see me pointing towards there, and I have covered the sewing machine with the utility towel so that when I turn it on its end and then turn it upside down on its tabletop, the sewing machine will not have any small scars or scrapes from the wood that it contacts when it goes upside down. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. Important point. Right here is a little round piece of steel that sticks up through that hole. And when this top is folded over, it contacts that as well. More importantly, I believe, when this top is put in this position, this makes something else happen. If I was to take this screw out and this screw out and this screw out and flip it over when I'm taking this off, which I will be doing and I will show you, but there is a spring under there and it doesn't come out, it won't come loose until this piece of wood is removed from that. So that's how that spring is secured in there. So that's the one thing. And we have already discussed how when the lid is closed, in the closed position or that position, that will stay in. And then, of course, if I start to raise this lid, watch what happens here. See that? That's how that works. And I believe that is part of that process. Maybe yes, maybe no. This comes out like that, or up like that. And I want to point your attention. To this cutout right here. That is a handhold. You can put your hand like that and maneuver or hold or support the case that way. Another point to help us understand the Singer case technology is that there is a written number here, 284. This sewing machine was manufactured in Andersonville, South Carolina. But this case, this wooden case, was manufactured in St. John's, Quebec. That's what St. John's, Quebec used to be called. St. John's, Quebec is now called Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, or Richelieu-Saint-Jean, I'm not sure which. My French study is lacking these days. But that's an important point, and I just wanted to let you know that so that you understand, so that we know that the case was made in Quebec and the sewing machine was manufactured in Andersonville, South Carolina. The sewing machine was shipped here or whatever, but the case was made in Quebec. Singer did not ship the entire case and sewing machine together in the boats or the barges that they ran up the Richelieu River from New York Strait to Quebec, or from Quebec to New York Strait through the river. We have to understand that prior to the 1920s, 30s, whatever, these machines were transported not by cars or trucks. it was boat or wagon, horse-hauled wagons. So once cars and trucks became plentiful, then they were transported on roads once the roads were built. Of course, in order to flip the case and move it around and make it less heavy so that one person can do this by themselves, all the drawers are removed because they add incredible weight and difficulty to that maneuver. And I am a channel of one person. I'm totally self-funded, and I have no assistants to do anything or assist me. I like to do everything myself so that all viewers, if they would like to, you know, do their work, the restoration work, without the cost of an assistant or that kind of thing, that they can do it. And that's why I have a cheap car that allows me to move these wonderful machines in their cases. To repair the wood that has been degraded and fallen away, I will, not right away and not today, but when I am attempting to bring this case up to snuff, I will get some wood filler and I will finish that so that my fingers and my fingernails do not get caught on that. As always, safety is first in mind. My next maneuver is to flip the sewing machine case on this end. Observe. Very slowly, and using my thigh and my leg as a support as I bring it down, and using that hand hold that I talked about, I put my hand in there and I slowly bring it down, and that was a very safe move. There we can see the sewing machine in its alcove, and it also gives us an opportunity to inspect the bottom and dust or clean. That is going to be cleaned. Of course, everything is going to be cleaned. This has not been cleaned. So that gives me the opportunity to do a little bit of dusting right now if I wanted, but I'm going to have the opportunity later. So we'll move along and get some more fun and learning going here. Now I'm going to flip that on its tabletop and see if I can slide it towards the camera on the mat, the utility mat. You can see I have a number of these utility mats here. And once again, slow, steady, and careful with your recent surgery, Jebb. I had an inguinal hernia surgically repaired on March 10th, about 19 or 20 days ago, and I am following the surgeon's instructions on bed rest and light duties. I will meet with the surgeon on April 11th, and that wonderful surgeon will give me further post-op instructions. So I'm being very careful here. This is a good opportunity to do a little bit of dusting while it's upside down. So I'm going to get my other utility towel that I was hiding junk from, and I'm just going to give it a quick little wipe, especially the knee lever and its technology. And that's pretty good. I had already wiped it down off camera before I started, and what you're going to see me do now is just take one hand, lift, I'm supported here, I'm lifting, or I'm grabbing this, and I'm just slowly taking that across like that. Now I'm going to go and get this dirty utility mat that I haven't vacuumed yet, and I'm going to move it so it will allow me to slide the case and the machine again. Another tool that are extremely helpful, and I have 2 or 3 of these plus other extension cords, is this extension wheel. And I have my work light, which is right here, Just follow the view. This is not a photography or video professional light at all. That is a Home Depot work light. It does get a little warm, but it's very effective, and it's a good tool for a one-man or one-woman operation for one restorer. And while we're here, I'll show you how this is all setting up again. There's the next mat that I'm going to slide the case, which is over there, right there, and I'm going to slide it onto the mat. While we're at it, we have a really good view of the portability of the Rode microphone. What I did was, using just a cheap stool, when I bought the Rode Pro mic, it came with this attachment, so I'm able to make my microphone very portable. Well, speaking of the microphone, there also is, just bear with me for a minute, I'm coming back. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm still filming. This is the first day I've been able to film for like in over a week, and the other film, because of my surgery, was off topic. But this is the other device that I use that came with the Rode Pro mic, and it can also just be attached like that. The reason I had to put that in the middle of the stool is that if I put it over there or over there, it would the weight of the microphone stand would make the stool fall. So that is safe and sound. And this, of course, it just attaches and clamps onto, screw clamps onto the table or whatever you're attaching it to. So I hope this is interesting to you, because I'm having an awesome time with you guys coming here and looking at my amateur videos, my amateur restoration videos. I'm going to go now over here, and I'm going to pull this mat down a little. And then I'm going to lift using this crossbar support and just drag it like that. Then I'm going to do it again. Are you with me, friends? It's as simple as this. You're using the laws of physics to do the hard work instead of using your body. Yes, we do use our body with the laws of physics, but we have to use the laws of physics. The sewing machine is still safely between the towel and a safe place, right down there. And over here to my left and your left, there are the drawers that belong with this case. So we're getting to the point where we're going to set the machine upright, the case upright, and I'll show you how I take it apart for single person, single restorer transport. Now I'm going to come right here, I'm going to grab this, and lift it up, and slowly, gently, and have an eye, because the machine is starting to fall out because the leaf is unfolding. And now I'm just going to gently pull it, and my bed rest, light duties, surgeon rule of not lifting any more than 10 pounds for 6 weeks is still in force. I have not violated that instruction for my safety and my health. Now I'm going to pull back and the case is upright and it is ready for me to show you how I take it apart for transportation. I also want to point out that the gentleman that I bought this machine from, and I'm just going to call him Jack, I'm not going to say his real first name, but he was a gentleman, and he did assist me in Ville-Saint-Laurent, Montreal, Quebec, where I had to drive for about half an hour. It's about 16 kilometers from where I live in downtown Montreal, and the time it takes to drive there is dependent on the traffic. It's kind of like, I've heard that LA is like that. It's not the distance, it's the traffic congestion that takes it time to travel. So any large city like Montreal or Chicago or Buffalo or whatever is dependent on the intensity of the vehicles on the road. So now I'm going to reposition the camera and start taking the two extra leaves off. I'm going to take that off and take that off. When I take that off, I'm going to show you that spring that I was pointing out to you earlier, because that's an important thing. The other thing I would like you to know is there are two ways to get this machine out of here. And what I did this time, for this time, when I picked it up 2 days ago in Ville-Saint-Laurent, was I undid these two screws and it came out really easily and simply. If you do it the other way, which I'll show you later when the machine is out of the box, the case, it's a little more work. And that other way, the more work way, is how I've been doing it for a couple of years. Dozens of machines that I have purchased in the last two and a half years. I've probably bought close to 60 or 70 machines. A number of them were gifted or given away to helpful organizations in the Montreal agglomeration, which is, we don't call the Montreal boroughs and all that stuff, we don't call it the Metroplex like they do in Dallas-Fort Worth. In Quebec and Montreal, all the boroughs and that on the island of Montreal are called Montreal agglomeration. So what I'm going to do now is get a screwdriver, undo these two things, and pull the sewing machine out, and then I'll take take these two leaves off and show you how a restorer can do this by themselves if they wish. Okay, here we go. Watch this. I love this. Can't believe I did it the other way so many dozens of times when all I had to do was this. I take that and I'm going to put it somewhere where I know where it's going to be, hopefully. And I take that. So far, so good. Now I'm going to put the screwdriver down. I'm just going to take one hand and gently manipulate it. There it is. One hand. Now I think that's more than 10 pounds, so I'm going to put it down. Now that I have that out of the way, I'm going to get my utility towel, because it's right handy here. And here's a shop towel. And I'm just going to give everything a quick little dust. And I will do an in-depth cleaning on this. And I may not even show you guys, but you know what I'm talking about. You see it, oh there, you can see the dust. You know, you can see it all over the place. And, you know, beautiful wood, beautiful workmanship. I'm going to find out about Andersonville. There's a spring there that is connected to that arm that came out, and it is all connected to that. And I may not figure it out entirely today, but we're going to have a look at it starting right now, mis amigos. Si, muy bien. Parlez-vous français? Me neither. Well, I do speak a little bit of French. Not as much as I would like. So to make this light and easy peasy, and because there's already, this came with a missing screw. There was one screw missing here. And Jack's mother recently passed away last September. And Jack is a very successful, accomplished individual. And he was able to have his parents live in a house. And that's where I went to buy this sewing machine. And he's doing a big reno on the house. And he's gotten rid of a lot of the furniture that his parents were using. His mother is gone. And his father is 86 years old. And he's gone into assisted living facility here in downtown Montreal somewhere. And the gentleman still has his mind, but he's 86 and he's physically incapable to look after himself. He comes from another world where the mother or the wife or was the woman did everything, Women are born 3,000 years old, And so the gentleman has never cooked or cleaned or been able to look after himself because he was always supported by his wife. Now the wife is gone and he's 86 and he's physically infirm. So that's their story. God bless them both. So yeah, there's more cleaning I could do, but that is off. So that made this case substantially lighter. And I'm going to reposition the camera because I want to get a really good view on this and show you that spring that I'm so excited about. Oh man, you guys are awesome being here. These films are not awesome in their own right. They're awesome because the viewers that come here and want to learn and have fun like I do. Okay, sticking with the program, and really happy that I'm able to show you this. So let me undo this screw first, and this one. And I know where these screws are. I'm throwing them in a container. I'll probably lose them anyway, but don't worry about that. I'll find it. I'll shut it off and find it. Another one. Another one. That one. And now watch this. This is the final screw, and this is the whole point of what I'm showing and telling here. Now watch. See that? Now it's off. Let me get you lined up again correctly. So I take this steel stud pin, and there's that spring. I'm not sure about the focus. Let me see if I can. There. That's that spring. And you have to be careful when you take this apart that you don't lose that little stud and the spring that attaches to it. So I'm just going to put it right there. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it in with the screws, and now we'll take that leaf off. Another tool that I have to tell you about because it has made such a difference in not only my restorer's life, my apprenticeship at being a restorer, but I use this cart. It's got 4 wheels on it. I use this cart for taking my laundry down to the 2nd floor. I'm 68 years old, and even if I hadn't had surgery, the less wear and tear I put on my body as my body declines with old age, the better off I am. Sure, if you're 20 years old, your body is not going to feel or notice the wear and tear until you get about probably 58, 59, or 60. But and I'm there, so that is an invaluable part. That is the way that I'm able to put that in my car, which does not have a back seat. So taking that back seat out of my Hyundai Elantra Limited has virtually turned the trunk and the back seat area into a space you would more likely find in an SUV. I did not have to go. I would have loved to have been able to afford a nice pickup like a Ford 150 XLT or, you know, or a Silverado, you know. But those things cost money, and I no longer make the big bucks. I'm on pension. I support, no, but I'm not sponsored. I support myself. This channel costs me money, and I love it. You know, I've trimmed my budget, and that's why I'm able to afford little cameras and little tools to make my little films. And these films, this Jebb Adams channel, it is therapy and recovery for me. As you know, most artists, whether it's stand-up comedy or writing, most artwork is therapy of one form or another. So there you have it, my friends. That's what I do to take it apart. Now, I was talking about this being a 284 case, and you can see it right here. Let me see if I'm lining this up right. But it says 284 there, and it also says 284 there, and it also says 284 there. These drawers are nice wood. This one doesn't have a 284 written on it, but look at that. That's solid wood. That is nice wood, you know. This is from a world gone by. Now it seems like there's some kind of seam or glue there. No, maybe not all the way through. I don't see it on the other side. But yeah, the other thing I got with this thing is a whole bunch of bobbins, like about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I have one in the machine itself, so that's 8. And those bobbins are specific to the Singer 221 featherweight machines and the Singer 301 machines. Those are the only 2 machines that use that side of bobbin, and the bobbin case. The bobbin case. Where do I have a bobbin case? Well, I don't have a bobbin case, but I got some of the feet and accessories also with this machine, and I also got a buttonholer that came with the machine, and then I got the instruction book. It's not here. I paid $100 Canadian for this machine, and my first 301A over there, which is just the tan color, it cost me $120, and I got nothing, like no pedal, no accessories or book, and it was rough. It was filthy. Somebody had stuffed a big piece of felt in there so it wouldn't rotate, and the guy I bought it from, he was not a restorer. But while we're here, I am going to quickly set the machine on top here. Of course, it has a nice handle, which makes it easy to handle. Ha ha ha. I think I'm hilarious, don't I? Look at this. This is really unique. I'd never seen that before. And let me make sure that we're lined up here, because I have a habit of talking and not showing the picture that I need to be showing. I'm going to have to change batteries here pretty soon. But this device is really cool because it allows one to slip the machine in and out really easily. I don't know if I can demonstrate it here right now. I think I can. Okay, this goes there, that goes there. So everything's set up nice and according to Hoyle there. And that goes in like that. And how did I do this the other day? I think all I did was I went like that. I'm going to have to show you another time. I can't figure it out right now. I don't want to take the time to do it right now. But anyway, yeah, I love it. I love the two-tone, the tan and vanilla. That is one beautiful machine. What a beast, what a babe. And going to little front view. Still has to be cleaned. Somebody pointed out that on one of my other videos that the 201 was dirty, and it wasn't that either myself is a dirty person or I like to keep machines dirty, but I like you guys to see them in their original shape and condition. My machines do get cleaned very well by me, and one thing you will like, the gentleman I bought this from, he had priced it at $200, it didn't sell, $150, it didn't sell, $125, it didn't sell, $100, it didn't sell, $75, I agreed to buy it for $75, but then I missed the appointment the first day because I wasn't familiar with Ville Saint-Laurent and the location, so I wasted an evening. He was there doing rental work anyway, but because it was only $75 and I had missed the appointment, I called him and said, listen, I'll make this good to you, I'll pay $100. And I'm talking Canadian dollars. So this is less than American dollars because I think a Canadian dollar is only worth about 75 or 70 cents to a US dollar. So this part one is kind of ended now, I'm saying again. And I will be doing part two within the week, now that I have a new machine to show you and show you the process of dealing with the case. And of course, my recovery is improving, and I'm able to do some house cleaning duties and all that stuff. Yeah, this is my shop, and I'm not embarrassed in the least to show you how I live. I live for my machines, and I have a lot of junk in here. I do have a storage area in the basement and of the building, and I will be getting more storage room so that I will be able to actually put a love seat or something comfortable in this living room, which I use as a workshop studio. My bedroom is nice and tidy and very comfortable, but I'm not going to show you that. Anyway, my friends, we'll talk soon. I want to thank you all for sharing your life with me and watching this. I am humble, but I am totally self-supported, and I'm not going to tell you how much this channel has cost me so far in the last 2,000. Well, it wasn't just 2,000. I can guarantee you that it's way more than that. But if you like what you see here, I would really appreciate you subscribing and viewing and liking. And if you could also please watch the entire film from beginning to end, even if you skip spaces here at spots here and there, I would appreciate your help. Thank you again, and take care of yourselves. Have fun. We're all brothers and sisters, and thank you for your kindness and your presence here. It really makes me feel good. For now, stay safe, have fun. Adios, amigos.